Welcome back into Pattern. Residents in Florida are facing a serious threat. A recent study found a whopping 4 out of 5 Miami residents will be displaced by flood waters, whether or not they live in a flood zone.
Startling statistic here. So what can residents do to prepare? Dr. Nadia Simon is a postdoctoral research scientist at Columbia University's Climate School, joining us now to explain this problem. Thank you so much for being with us. And first question is, why is Miami being so impacted by this flooding in the first place?
Stephanie, Jordan, thanks so much for having me. Thanks for the question. So Miami is just uniquely vulnerable in the part of the southeastern U.S. We've got water on all 4 sides, from the Atlantic Ocean and Biscayne Bay to the Florida Everglades on the west. It rains quite a lot since the subtropical climate. And then we also have a geology problem. The geologic bedrock in Miami is built on porous limestone, so water comes up right from underneath. So flooding is just a huge issue that folks in Miami have to deal with on a daily basis.
But let's talk about flood zones, because why don't flood zones actually account for the way the city really floods? That's kind of confusing for people. Like, I'm not in a flood zone, I don't have to worry, but you still do.
Yeah, well, right now the flood zones in the U.S. are sort of mapped by FEMA and the National Flood Insurance Program. And so that really only accounts for different, it's really based on historic patterns of flooding, and they haven't really accounted for future flood risks that sea level rise presents.
So will that change, you think, in the near future because of this?
I really hope so. There are definitely ongoing efforts to do that right now, to sort of integrate those future projections into flood mapping. But we have to be sort of cautious because there are many considerations, not just the sort of action